All right. Let's start with Mr. Garcia. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Lee Anthony Garcia.
Yes.
Cause number 2019-0C05660. Let the record reflect this proceedings being heard in compliance with emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by OCA and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar regarding coronavirus. May I have announcement of counsel?
Linda Pettis for the state of Texas, Your Honor, ready.
All right. And Mr. Garcia, you didn't hire an attorney for this matter?
I didn't know I needed one.
Well, it's a status hearing. It's up to you. We're just going to see Mr. Lujan.
Yes, ma'am. We're
Why
here.
were we following up on this hearing?
Your Honor, we're following up on the restitution owed $6,000. As of this date, none has been paid.
None?
None. We had extended him. You had advised me to advise him that he was supposed to make weekly payments.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to schedule this hearing to check the status.
All right. What seems to be the problem, Mr. Garcia?
The problem was just getting employed. Just very recently, I actually became employed. I started getting back on my feet. It's no excuse. I know, I understand, but my intentions are not to not to comply. It was very hard to get along through life this couple of months. But I am getting back on track. I just actually got a little raise yesterday at work.
Mr. Garcia, you have been on probation for over a year now, and have not made a single payment.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't, honestly, like I told you, I didn't have a job, and the very little money that I will make, I would, it's just, to get by.
Well, I understand that, but Mr. Nunez is owed $6,000 for the damage that you caused.
Yes, so, and I'm well aware of that, and I'm very sorry, of course. And if you could please help me get extended, just so that I can show my intent. And now I have a job, and I will show you that I can, and that I will give.
And Mr. Lujan, when does he term?
Your Honor, we extended him, and his probation term is supposed to end May 5th of this year.
Okay. Mr. Garcia,
yes, ma'am.
I want you to pay $200 every week towards this $6,000 until May 5th. If that is done, then we will extend you some more to allow you more time to pay on this restitution. If that is not done, if you miss a single payment, then Mr. Lujan is going to file a motion to revoke, and you're going to find yourself in jail, and you're going to probably lose your job.
Okay, I understand that. I can't afford $200 every week. That's the thing. It's not the.
How much do you earn?
How much do I earn? Yeah. I mean, I can write out like a letter, like a budget of my bills, and what I need to pay. I get paid. I was getting paid $480, but now they bumped it up another $20 yesterday. So it'll be a total of $500.
Okay, well, I want you to take your check stubs, for an entire month to Mr. Lujan and a budget of your expenses
Okay,
by next week.
okay,
And then I'm going to schedule this matter for another hearing in 2 weeks. And
Okay.
then we'll go over your budget and your expenses and see where you're at.
okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Lujan, as soon as you have those, please scan them and send them to the court.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, then we are adjourned on this matter. They will be notifying you of a hearing in 2 weeks, Mr. Garcia.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Herrera? Mr. Herrera, you're on mute.
Now,
There you go.
all right.
So I understand you were to get an email for Mr. Cox.
Judge, I've asked for an evaluation, psychological evaluation, and that's what I filed. Judge, he's got a pending felony in the 210th, and I also filed the same in that court. That court just barely contacted me on Friday, but they have not set me for a hearing. They have not ruled on it. They have not, nothing has happened on it.
Okay, well, that's not what I asked you, though. My coordinator has been trying to reach you to get an email for Mr. Cox. And
Oh,
you
I
have
didn't know that,
not
Judge.
provided that information.
No, Judge, I didn't know that. Mr. Cox is enrolled in a rehab in Lawton, Oklahoma. He went there,
Okay.
he went there, I think about a month ago, or maybe 2 months ago, whatever.
How do you communicate with him?
He calls me from where he's at, Judge. He called me yesterday to find out what was going on. And I told him that I'm still waiting to find out when and if anything's happening with his psychological evaluation.
Okay, well, we need you to get an email for him so that we can send him the link in order to have these hearings. Ms. Perez, have you had a chance to review this case?
No, Your Honor, I have not. I was looking at his current history. It seems that he does have that pending harassment in a public servant stemming from the same transaction, which was back on the 29th. But I will look at the case. I did review the motion that was filed by Defense Counsel Herrera.
Mm-hmm.
I have not had an opportunity to thoroughly review the case.
Okay, I would ask that you review it to see what the possibility of maybe dismissing it or finding another way to take care of this case before we get him. I don't know what Mr. Herrera wants, whether he thinks the defendant is incompetent or I'm just looking at his motion now, but if there's a way we can take care of it before then, I would appreciate you reviewing it.
Yes, Your Honor, I will. And there may be a way, given the fact that he does have that pending felony. Let me just go ahead and review it. And then I will also staff it with the felony attorney, and we can possibly come to a resolution with regards to the pending misdemeanor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Herrera, do you represent him on the felony as well?
Yes,
Okay,
Judge, I filed it, I think something like about December the 20th or something like that. I got a response from your court like 5 days later, setting it for a hearing. I have
Right.
gotten no response out of the 210th. I'm not able to represent this guy because I don't know where this guy is at. He has mental problems. If Ms. Perez will look at the portal, even the DA that was prosecuting him in the 210th acknowledged that this guy's got problems, mental problems, and one of his recommendations was that he would be put on the mental, what do they call it, the mental caseload or something like that.
well, I don't know what's happening on the felony. I have nothing to
Right.
do with
No,
that.
my
But
Judge, my
in
point is,
addition,
Judge,
In
Judge,
addition, we can't give him an examination if he's not even in El Paso.
Judge, he doesn't have a place to stay. He was homeless. Okay, Judge, here's my point. I've gotten a response from your court. I have gotten no response from the 210th. If you drop this case, I'm not able to do anything under the 210th because these people are either not awake. I mean, I have not gotten no response on that.
I
I
can
know,
do
I know,
absolutely nothing
I
about the
know.
210.
I
All I
know.
want to do is take
Just
care
take
of
care
my
of your
case.
Okay,
So I'm not sure your motion is are you alleging that he's incompetent?
I don't know. I don't know. I figured that if we could get him evaluated,
Have you
some,
been able to communicate with him?
Judge, I have been able to talk to him as far as where are you? Can you call me back? But as far as discussing his case or anything like that, no, I have not. I want to know if this guy's all there or not. I don't think he is, Judge.
Your Honor, if I may, I was looking briefly at, he does have a 1622 on file. I'm not able to view the 1622. So obviously there are mental health issues. I just don't know what the diagnosis is. I don't know if Mr. Herrera has ever, talked to his client with regards to if it's bipolar, schizophrenia, or.
Right. Okay. What we're going to do is give Ms. Bettis a little bit of time to review the case, talk to the felony attorney, see if she can get it moving that way, and then see what the resolution for this case is going to be. As I said, the only way we can examine him is if he's here in town, Mr. Herrera, so there's not a whole lot I can do if he's not living here.
Judge, I don't think that's a problem. But
Okay.
the problem here is that he has no place to stay. At least he's getting rehab in Lawton, Oklahoma, and he's been there
Right.
for at least a month. So that's a positive thing. But I
Okay.
believe that whenever I need him here, I think that he will be here.
Okay, find out, get an email for him, find out how much longer the program in Oklahoma is, when he'll be done with that program. And then Miss Bettis will work on her end. Once she gets back to me, then we'll possibly set this for another hearing. But I would like to have the defendant present.
Okay.
All right?
All
Okay.
right.
We will see you next time.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Let's address Mr. Rivera. Is he with us?
Yes, Your Honor, he is. I see him right there. He's on his iPhone.
All right. Court calls a case of the state of Texas versus Brian Diaz Rivera, cause number 2020-0C04929. Let the record reflect this proceeding is being heard in reference to and compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by OCA and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the bar regarding coronavirus. May I have an announcement of counsel?
Linda
Yes.
Pettis, state of Texas. Ready, Your Honor?
Joseph Dowd for the defense, Your Honor. Ready.
All right. You are Brian Diaz Rivera?
You're muted, Brian.
Unmute yourself, sir.
I'm sorry.
So you are Brian Diaz Rivera.
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear firm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Give me a moment to read this statement from PR Bonds. Appears Mr. Diaz Rivera reported January 6th of this year while reviewing his Intoxiloc report. It was noted that he had 15 missed tests between December 5th and January 3rd. When the missed tests were addressed, Mr. Diaz Rivera provided an account for the missed test for December 31st, the 10 to 12 a.m. test, and the January 1st test from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. For those two missed tests, he claims his sergeant forgot to tell him that his unit had arrived since the unit got delivered to the sergeant's house, and he couldn't go get the unit till December 31st. Since there was a curfew. Mr. Rivera states he picked up the unit on January 1st after he woke up and missed the 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. tests. For all other missed tests, he didn't recall why they were missed. Mr. Rivera had previously been admonished by their office regarding missed tests for November 5th and December 3rd. Mr. Rivera, what seems to be the problem with missing tests?
I've been having issues sleeping, Your Honor. Since I came back from Afghanistan, I sleep like 4 hours a day, and sometimes I just wake up way too late to blow, and it's like I wake up at like 9, 10, and I miss the test.
Mr. Rivera, you need to accommodate your schedule in order to make all the tests. If I get another missed test, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and you're going to be sitting in jail. I take DWI cases very seriously, and I suggest you start taking them seriously, because if not, you're going to wind up in jail. You have had plenty of opportunities to address these missed tests. If you need to sleep more, do whatever you need to do to make sure you make these tests. One more missed test, I'm not gonna bother seeing you. You're a grown man, you know your obligations. I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Is that
Yes,
clear
Your
enough?
Honor. It is clear, Your Honor. I
All
want to
right.
also, I wanted to let you know, the recalibration machine, it got expired yesterday at 12 at the end of the day. And the tracker from the Intoxilock said the new one doesn't get here till 9 today. So I have not been able to blow today till that gets
You
here
need
at
to
9.
make arrangements to make sure your machine is up to date and working properly every single day. So do what you need to do to get that squared away, sir. One more missed test, I'm issuing a warrant. We are adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Ordoque? Is he with us? No?
He accepted the request, Judge.
All right. Well, he hasn't joined us yet. What time was he scheduled?
10:15, Judge.
10:15. All right, let's give him a few minutes and see if he pops in. Okay. Now, this hearing was scheduled for 10:15. It is now 10:20, and we have not heard from Mr. Ordoque. The issues were with him were failing to submit UA test on several different occasions at the request of the supervision officer. He had also some skips on his in-home unit and had not done any community service hours in a year. So I guess if he doesn't want to show up to an admonishment hearing, the only thing we can do is go forward with a motion to revoke.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We are adjourned then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.